Hi, Roger at Wuthering Heights. Well, we have a big upper level ridge out west. This is going to produce a pretty tremendous heat wave for parts of the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies, from really Wyoming, Montana, westward to the coast, and this will affect even parts of British Columbia. But this upper level ridge is what we're watching here, and any kind of jet stream energy that comes over the top of the ridge, very much like the winter weather pattern we experienced is basically going to spin up an area of low pressure, and there's some makings of this, in fact, going on right now. And these showers and thunderstorms right here across parts of Missouri, parts of Kansas, and then back up into Nebraska, Iowa. These particular areas are going to get together and spin up an area of low pressure with the makings of a heavy rain. And this is going to be a rather tight, sort of out-of-season area of low pressure, with it, which then will pinwheel and spin up into a very strong area of low pressure, much stronger than our usual June type systems, and certainly not that far from July 1st here. So let's take a look at the computer models. This is going to be problematic. So looking at the latest European model, we have two areas of precipitation dropping in through parts of Nebraska, and then also this over eastern Kansas, parts of Missouri. This is pretty close to how conditions are right now, as well modeled. And this is what happens. This area is the sort of ground central right now for spinning up a very strong area of low pressure. This again is valid late today at around 8 p.m. You can see around 2 o'clock in the morning, we have an area of low pressure here over parts of southern Illinois and tracking along the Ohio River. And you can see it spins up, and this is a very tight pressure gradient for this time of year. This would not be a huge deal if we didn't have full tree canopy, but it would be kind of a run-of-the-mill type of wind events. But because we have a full tree canopy, we're going to get a very strong area of low pressure bumping up against this outgoing area of higher pressure. All of this is going to contribute to the strengthening of the pressure gradient, and a conveyor belt of moisture coming in off the Atlantic, also tapped in from the Gulf of Mexico originally, and all of this is going to produce some copious rainfall. So combination of rain, saturated ground, and strong gusty winds and downsloping winds along the western slopes of the Green Mountains potentially look in order. And you can see that this takes place, that's valid 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, and then it looks like the strongest conveyor belt of winds aloft, the low-level jet, will have moved to the north of the region roughly in the early to mid-afternoon hours, and it's really no longer a factor. But the damage could have been done with the period basically roughly about midnight Saturday night through about all of Sunday through maybe the early afternoon. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.